Hey, man, I'm rocking with the Day Late Show. Anytime you're in Dallas, that's who you need to be with.
Coach Todd.
What's going on,
What's
man?
going on? What's going on?
Hey, happy to be here.
Man, thank you for having us. Thank you to the football team as well as South Oak Cliff for having the DLS here, and thank you for joining the DLS family today.
Hey, anything for y'all,
How
man.
you feeling today?
Nah, it's a good day, another down above the ground, so hey, you gotta make something out of it.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. All right, so each week here on the DLS, before we get started, we always like to do just a quick debrief, and basically what it is just give us a high that you had this week and a low for the week.
I guess a high for the week was coming off the parade, doing the parade this past weekend, working into this week. The low was what's something low? Moving around, got to pick my kids up, meetings and all that, all that busy work,
Yes,
that's probably the low for me right there. Not being able to just be sitting in one spot and be always on the move.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Hey, I understand. All right, Coach Todd, so look, man, we going to get right into it.
Yeah.
This time last year, we had a conversation, right?
Yeah.
And you told me, you say, first time it's a fluke.
Yeah.
Second time it's real.
Yeah.
So my question to you is how you feeling now?
It's real, you know what I'm saying? I felt the program is ascending where, to the heights it can go. I think we can still go higher.
Yes, sir.
But at the same time, I think it was big to go back and do it again, just so people understand it wasn't no fluke, you know what I'm saying? And we can take all that out of the conversation. So it was big for us just as a program and just us as coaches and kids and parents, the entire community, just be locked in with this one.
Okay. So what were some of the challenges that you guys faced early on in the season?
Adversity, the first 3 games, we played 4 good teams to start out the year. Ended up 1-3. Coming out of those games, we learned a lot, but we took some L's.
What was the mindset like? Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Really, the mindset, the same way. We just gonna work and play our schedule. You know what I'm saying? We understood who we were playing, but at the same time, the biggest thing was probably just staying focused. And we had to knock some of that. Everybody was on a natural high from the last year. It stretched all year. You didn't have a time to really get all the way locked in, even though we were locked in, but. It was still that what we did last year taught.
Okay.
And, kind of getting over that hump, I think took us a while. And it was expected with how big it was for the city of Dallas. It wasn't nothing just going to erase in, 3 months or 2 months. It was going to live forever.
Yes, sir.
So, them kids had to get over that. And, coaches too, myself included, it took us a whole nother route. A lot different from when you're trying to win a championship than when you're defending the championship.
Yeah.
And that's a lot tougher, man. A lot of people don't understand, but I understand what the boxers feel like now.
Yeah. And honestly, you lead me into my next question. Does winning the second championship means more now than the first one, or is it vice versa?
Nah, I think the first time you ever get something, that taste of it, will last forever, and it'll probably be the ultimate high, at that particular time. Now it's like if you do it repeatedly, it becomes normal, but at the same time, it's still a hell of an achievement every time you do it. So I still got to go with the first one, as far as just that, the whole ordeal of what we went through, week by week, years by years to build up to that point. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into that.
Yes, sir. All right. So I mean, like you spoke on earlier, bringing the first one back.
Yeah.
That was a big milestone. Now that you done did it back to back.
Yeah.
And like you said, now you can finally silence the critics.
Yeah.
What does that mean for you as well as just the program altogether?
It means well, because I know, first of all, I know we some good football coaches. I know we some good leader of kids, not just me, my entire staff. Got some great guys that put me in position to look great to other people. And a lot of times I'm riding their shoulders rather than riding mine. It's just a testament of true coaching. I think everybody brought a piece to the puzzle, a piece to the pie, to make the whole puzzle, from young and old, it's just a whole, it's like a gumbo over here, what I'm saying? Everybody just put their different seasoning in and we mix it all up and then come out with something that tastes real good and everybody loves it.
Yes, sir. All right, Coach Todd. So, man, let's dive a little deep because I know people want to know who you are, Jason Todd.
Yeah.
Away from soccer. So let's go into it. Where are you from?
South Dallas, Texas. Grew up over there in 44. Before that, off and on, I stayed in Oak Cliff with my grandmother. They stayed over here right down the street. So, I'm kind of familiar with both areas, but, me and my mother resided in South Dallas, but I spent a lot of time in Oak Cliff also. So, that's why I'm just a Dallas kid, born and raised.
So you got the best of both worlds?
Yeah, I got the best of both worlds, yeah.
Okay, all right. So where did the passion of football come from? Where did it start?
I think from watching games and I'm talking about not NFL, nothing like that, but just watching. I've been watching Carter when I was little. Coming to South Oak Cliff games with my grandfather. Watching basketball games. When they were real good at basketball. I think that's where my competitive nature came from. Was just as a little kid watching them and being crushed when they lost. Felt like I won the championship when they won a game. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where my passion started from. And I feel like, really football was, sports in a way was something I felt it wasn't about being good as me as a player, but I felt like it was something that I could dedicate my life to, and then in order to change, be here for kids and do a lot of other things in life that prepare me too, besides just being a player, because being a player ain't gonna last that long, but, being a coach or a mentor and different things like that can last forever.
So not that you speak on being a mentor and being there for the kids. When you coach these kids and you mentoring them and you bring them in, what is the one thing that you want those kids to get from you?
The biggest thing is use the game. Don't let the game use you up. A lot of people think this game gonna be here forever because they've been playing it since they were little. And you may go on to play in college, or some may go in the NFL, but what you gonna do with the rest of your life. I think I just really want them to use football ball as a vehicle. Yeah, that can take you different ways in life, and you'll look back on your life and be like, damn, I know this guy because of football, really, or I met my wife or something because of something along the lines of football took me here. And you look back over a lot of your friends, sometimes connected to football. A lot of people you helped out, football. So, my biggest thing is just treat the game right, and then it'll reward you in the end.
Yes, sir. All right, so I know you spoke about Lincoln.
Yeah.
And I know when you started your career coaching at Lincoln.
Yeah.
So when you hear about the 2004 Lincoln team, what type of memories come back to mind?
A lot of good memories. When you think about winning state, when we went to state that year, but we had no idea what we were doing. It was just about playing another game. You didn't know who you were playing really. Because you had never experienced that. A kid in South Dallas, they hadn't even seen anybody in South Dallas advance far in the playoffs in football. So, it was just like some. It was like a movie. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and those kids, like I tell a lot of people today, those are most hard workingest, true to the grind kids that I ever seen, because they didn't know about all this rivals and all this other stuff. They were just some kids from the hood playing football. And
love the game.
Yeah, and they love the game, man. And how they played the game was how it was meant to be played. And, they forever got a place in my heart. Some of those guys are still some of the best players I've ever coached, in my 22 years of coaching.
And how has that been? Like starting out then, looking to where you are now, did you ever see this coming?
Couldn't see this far ahead, but, if it's something you in, it's going to eventually come, so now people who were in school back then, I'm coaching their kids, about to come up be coaching their grandkids, stuff like that. So, you just kind of see over the decades and over time, you start seeing, young men starting to get older young women. You remember, oh, she went to Lincoln. And, hey, next day, she got a son. She want her son to play for Coach Todd. So.
I know that's special.
Yeah, it is. And the hard thing is you want it to pan out for everybody. And you want to make it like it was the best decision in the world. And for us to win state with some of those kids on the team right now, when I looked in their parents' eyes and said they're going to be all right and we're going to be all right, to see how it panned out, it was like shit buying a stock in Microsoft or, some company that's just about to blow up, Apple or something. People could never have imagined the success that we were going to have here.
Yes, sir. All right. So with the success, I know it always brings more. So with you being the first African-American head coach in Texas to win back-to-back state championships, how you feel about that?
It hadn't even set in, really, you know what I'm saying? I kind of believe like in the Nick Saban type of mind frame. You know, I used to always wonder how was he always moving on to the next game and they just won the national championship. But that's kind of our same mindset. You know, we celebrate a little bit, but it ain't really set in. You know, I can't even understand really what you just said. It ain't sunk in yet. So, you know, it ain't no feeling I have yet. It's something I look back on probably at the end of my career, and hopefully, you know, I'm the first one to win 4 in a row or 5 in a row, you know, or something like that, you know, and where it's not only labeled with African American, but with any coach, you know. So, you know, now I don't know how long I'm gonna be in the game, but I do know we're gonna give it our all, and you know, we're gonna try to win the championship every year we step out on that field.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, Coach Todd. All right, so building this dynasty, I know you give a lot of credit to your coaches.
Yes.
So, what is the one thing that you ask of your coaches when you preparing to teach these kids and coach these kids? What are the one thing that you ask of them to bring to the table?
Just work ethic. You know, number one. You know, sometimes just how I grew up in the coaching game underneath Coach Sapp. You know, like sometimes you may wasn't doing a whole bunch, but you were doing something. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I just work ethic and get to know the kids. You know, and get that trust with the kids. If you get the kids to buy into you, you know, they'll run through a wall for you, man, at the end of the day. And that's what it's all about, making the kids believe in you. And relationships, you know, that's another big thing too. You know, if you got good relationships with people, a lot of things will be worked out and communicated. But if you don't got relationships, the communication will never happen.
Okay. And you spoke on Coach Sams.
Yeah.
What was that moment like? Because I was at the game.
Yeah.
And I seen right after, you know, you won, and right after he won, you went over and you gave him a hug.
Yeah.
To congratulate him for, you know, knocking that door down. What was that moment like?
It was good because, you know, me, him being my former coach, former boss, you know, for 14 years, a guy I look up to. You know, something I wish I could have did. You know, we were all together, but, you know, for whatever reason, it wasn't in God's time. I was just happy to see him win, and Coach Bonner, you know, some of the guys that I coached also and started coached with also, and coached as a player coach. You know, just see him coach Gary, some of those guys, you know, finally get him over the hump, and really was just kind of just letting them know that, you know, I'm supported and I'm happy for them, but at the same time, you know, the torch is going to have to be passed pretty soon. And, you know, and I'm here to take it, to be honest with you.
All right. So you spoke on being a player's coach.
Yeah.
And I know that you have Dominique with you.
Yeah.
Now, with us graduating from Skyline and seeing that relationship, now how has that been? Is it weird just knowing him from where he was as a kid, then now seeing him on the sideline with you? What has that moment been like?
It's been good. You know, one thing I can say, when he was a player, he really was knowledgeable about the game, and he knew the game. He had the same way he act now, the same way he act as a player. He just in a different role now. He not out there playing no more. But you know, he very passionate. You know, he 110, mashing the gas. So you know, just going crazy. He the same person. You know what I'm saying? So it was an easy hire because I knew what he was gonna bring to the table. And you know, a lot of times he frees it up where I don't have to be who I used to be, because now he's got some younger guys, you know, and he's one of the main ones that's gonna, like, he gonna be going. you know, Spencer gonna be Spencer. You know, I can say that. He ain't changing for nobody. So, you know, and I respect that 110%, because I much rather you be yourself and who you are than trying to, you know, be somebody else.
Yes, sir. So if you know, people want to, you know, come work for Coach Todd, or parents want their kids to come play for Coach Todd.
Yeah.
What are those factors that Coach Todd is looking for?
As far as I'm going with the kids, you know, the attendance on, you know, we also have different academic things we offer here, like, you know, got the P-Tech program, you know, different things like that where kids get accepted, and that allow you, you know, pretty much to, you know, play at South Oak Cliff, you know, to be eligible. You know, that's the main things. You know, one thing we don't really recruit. A lot of people think, oh, they're soccer recruit. And I can tell you that's one thing, you know, we don't have to go out and try to entice people to come to South Oak Cliff. A lot of people see us from afar and they want their kids to be around men like us. And not just me, from my staff, administration, you know, different community members, you know, different alumni. You know, all that plays a factor into it too, where they want those kids around men that not only that they respect and they know gonna guide those people the right way. And what was the second part?
Just for people that wanted to
Oh,
work.
well, coach. Oh, the biggest thing, man, you get certified, and then we can work everything out, from that standpoint. But the biggest thing, working in the district, getting certified, and then from that point, hey, as long as you got the work ethic and the drive, and we see it, and it ain't just me. It's my staff. I kind of let them do a lot of that stuff because them the people, they going to be sitting in the office with each other, grinding together. So, I don't want to see us be mine when I'm not going to be the one interacting on a day-to-day basis with those people. So, I kind of let my staff do have a lot of input on who we bring in with this, because it's a tight-knit family now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, before we let you get up out of here, because I know you got a lot going.
Ah, yeah,
I
man.
got
Take
two
your
more
time.
questions for you.
You good?
So, Coach Todd, if you can give any piece of advice to younger Jason starting out, what would it be?
Save your money. that would be the one piece of advice that I would tell myself was to save my money, and it may be some temporary fun had at those moments, but long term it can affect you a lot more. So I would say number one is save. In the football aspect, I'll probably say. Follow the path you're on. That's what if I go back and tell myself, because a lot of times you lose some tough games, you just like, man, that's ain't meant to be. But just keep going, and I feel like, we done hit the gold mine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, your boy, Coach Rob.
Yeah.
Coach Rob was here today.
Oh, man.
What you think?
Get up there.
What you think he would tell you?
Nah, shoot, I really think he'd be proud, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, that my man 100 grand, and like I said, he's still a spirit watching from above, and it would mean a lot though, to see him here to celebrate, some of this stuff, whether he was still coaching or he went in administration, whatever he chose to do. But that type of bond and friendship, it can't never go away, man, and a lot of stuff that I do is still inspired by him. Like some of the sayings, winning ain't never won, that was something that he came up with sitting on the couch one day. And just to see how I can really look at it and be like, yeah, it ain't never won, but we don't won this thing twice now. So, and that's the key thing, what it was about. Winning. For season-wise, we won. We done won twice, and that means a lot when you win the last game of the year in the last game of the year. A lot of people don't experience that. You know what I'm saying? You look at Coach Sam's career, he's been to the last game quite a few times, but this is the first year he was ever able to just be like, I won. Like this shit won, it's over. Ain't no more game. This it. And for us to do that twice, shit, that's been big. And, his effect with Coach Rob is not just in me. I see it in guys who used to coach. Just the impact he had on people because he was a people's person. Old soul, very wise, and that's a bond that I take to the grave with him. We locked in on some stuff don't nobody else know until we see each other again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And just me being both of us being a former player, you guys, we just know the relationship that y'all had.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of things we can't say.
Yeah.
But I know that the relationships that y'all had, blood could make y'all closer.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that I know he's smiling down and he's happy to see that you took the torch and you carrying it well.
Yeah, that's why I always tell people I got somebody up there watching over me. Sometimes, you gotta have them people up there in order for you to really achieve something down here. And him, my mama, a couple more people, they all up there looking down like, just giving that head nod like that's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, I mean, where can we find you? Where can we reach out to Coach Todd? Are you on social media?
Yeah, I'm on social media. I don't know what my name is or nothing on there, but hey, you probably, I'm on Facebook. I think it's Jason Todd or something like that. I'm on Twitter. I think Soccer Football Coach One or something like that. I'm on Instagram a little bit too. I don't really know how to do all that TikTok and all that type of stuff. So, I just be scrolling and hit my finger, slide my finger down, but. In person, I'm always in socks, so you know what I'm saying? So we ain't hard to find, That's one thing I say about us, we where we are. And we normally in the streets where the people at. We ain't ducked out hidden from nobody neither.
Okay. You want to give any shout outs or anything?
Man, just to everybody who, you know, played a part in me and the guys, the players, you know, get to this point, the parents. It was a team thing, and one thing I said about a team thing, everybody got a part in it, no matter how big or how small your role is. So, I'm just excited to be in this position, and I hope to take it forward.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll see you here again next year.
Yeah. If you see me here again next year, shit, I might have to put me on the PMC mink coat or something. I'm gonna talk some shit.
Well, Coach Todd, thank you again for having the DLS family here. Thank you allowing us to come in and work with you as well as the team, as well as the coaches. Man, we love it. You're doing a great job here, and man, like I say, next year we'll see you again next year.
Yes, sir. And y'all keep doing a good job too, because like you just said, both y'all play football. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's started from a bond from just a little bitty game. And y'all keep doing that, because a lot of these kids need to see there's a lot of different avenues you can go in life. It just ain't about playing football. It ain't just about the person that's on the camera a lot of times. It's a lot of people that make a lot of money behind the cameras. And them kids got to understand all aspects and how important it is, because, it may be some kids we have here that want to do some things that y'all doing. I see these high-tech cameras and flashing lights. A lot of them kids, hey, Coach, what about that? Well, hey, we can hook you up with it, get you an internship and follow them around, see what they do for a living. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody got a part to play in this. It just ain't, just because it's football. Nah, football led you to that. You know what I'm saying? So it all, it all works together, man. Y'all just keep doing what y'all doing, man, because y'all could be doing some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all know a lot of cats that ain't gonna help the community or help do nothing, but y'all doing something that's positive though, man, and keep that up.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Well, you heard it here first from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Two-Time, Mr. Finesse, you know what I'm saying, in the building, Coach Todd. Thank you again. And again, we'll see you next year, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man.
All right, appreciate it, Coach.
Hey, anything y'all need, let me know, too.
You know it.